Here they come.
Can we just get anywhere?
Pardon me?
You're not allowed to be in the game.
Oh, okay. I'll get out here in a second.
You guys very often.
She's saying goodbye because the girl in the wheelchair couldn't walk over. Okay.
Hi.
Yeah.
Who's graduating?
Hey. Hey, what's happening here? Can I walk on stage too?
Come on. We'll hide you underneath there.
Let me get in front of you and I'll walk backwards here. Excuse me.
Dad, come on. Dad. Dad, come on. You gotta get out.
That's okay.
Dad, I think it's time for you to go sit down.
Oh, it seemed like just yesterday you were in kindergarten.
That's why you was going in. That's why it's like this. She'll make us look at it. I got food for you. No, you can stop now. Stop. No close-ups. This is all on history. There's somewhere over there.
Jennifer, something you can show your grandchildren.
So you need to find the sign, the white sign. This is Grandma graduating.
They would say, that's how you integrate your mother until I'm mother.
It's everyone.
You're also be surprised when you see them
Except for all.
I knew if I did that,
I got spooked every time.
He needs to see that house again.
They're not going to get them. So why don't they just want to?
I'm right on the
Yeah, well, if you're doing like
micro.
I mean, it's like
Like the behind the scenes.
I know, it's hard to say.
Oh, I like that dress, Jennifer.
I am pleased to welcome you to the 1992 California State University School of the Arts commencement. I would like to introduce Ellington, for whom she sang and created a ballet. She has had many starring roles and has been nominated twice for the Sarah Siddons Award for Best Actress. Recently, she was awarded a much-deserved star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and she is the first African American to place her handprints and signature in the cement walk at Mann's Chinese Theater. NASA's Public Service Award for her pioneering efforts. She continues as a member of the Board of Governors of the National Space Society. She is known to most of us as Lieutenant Uhura of legendary Star Trek fame. While frequently portraying a traveler in outer space, she has a vision of the arts working together in the service of our home on Earth. I present to you Miss Nichelle Nichols.
Good morning. And Dean Handler, thank you for that beautiful, beautiful introduction. And faculty, and staff, and honored guests, and members of the graduating class of the School of Theater Arts, I feel very, very privileged to be here to speak to you today. And I thank you for inviting me to be your commencement speaker. Commencement. A beginning, a start, an embarkment. Well, here you are, about to embark on the most challenging and important journey of your life. This is your maiden voyage, really, on the sea of reality. And you are the captain of that ship. What a turbulent sea before you. You've seen via the media the condition of your very immediate future. A city in turmoil, a confused leadership pointing blame and seeking answers, a law enforcement out of control, citizens in revolt, turning against the failed establishment and against one another, and yet toward one another. We've witnessed senseless villainy in action, and we've seen heroism and bravery. It seems that everyone has an opinion and no one is listening. Now is the time to listen to the pain, the frustration, the anger that is burgeoning from its seams. Listen and then ask, why? What caused it? Think before you speak. Think and then act for positive change. Like all storms, they say this too shall pass. But in the aftermath of such destruction must come the process of healing, the rebuilding of not only this city of chaos, but rebuilding the fiber of our whole nation, no, our entire planet. But we cannot have peace without justice. We cannot have peace without culture, and culture cannot grow in a vacuum. The world needs its artists more now than ever. I heard there's been so much said about family values. The breakdown of family values are the cause of the revolution. Even poor Murphy Brown is the cause of the revolution. A lot of nonsense is being spoken. It's all right to go out and kill and maim because there's no justice. That's a lie. There must be justice in order to have peace, because it's not going to go away this time, folks. And so here you are, the graduating class of the School of the Arts at the dawn of a new century, the 21st century, and you're facing a planet in turmoil. The challenge before you, I think, is of immense import, for it is the artist, historically, who has been the most important influence on society. We are the soul of society. It is the arts that soothe the savage beast in each of us. It is the artist who acts as a mirror to society to reflect the best of us, and yes, the worst of us, the worst of human nature as an evolving species. In such time of chaos, we are the calming force. In time of apathy, we must provoke and stimulate and inspire society to question itself, to confront itself, and thus demand of itself to reach toward its highest nobility. For we ride on a sea of evolutionary turmoil. And I put it to you that you, the artist, will and must make a difference. The choices that you make as artists are not to be made without the realization that it may be a perilous journey. But the rewards are boundless. You, through your artistry, are society's moral force, and you can and you must make a better world. A world of hope, of achievement, of realization of peace, and a further step of humankind toward its highest good, and a realization of your dreams to achieve your highest potential and to be recognized for your artistry. Speaking of dreams, I've been very fortunate in my career, one, to have had a dream and to have always known what I wanted to be. Two, to have had parents who believed in me, encouraged me, and prepared me with the best available teachers and coaches and tutors in the theater arts. And three, to have achieved and realized at least some of my dreams. And still I dream. I began with a training in ballet and voice and drama. And my father always told me, if you can dream it, you can do it. And I believed him. But, he said, there was always a caveat attached to any wisdom imparted by my father, you see. But, he said, whatever it is you dream of becoming, you must adhere to 3 prerequisites to achieve your dream. They are education, dedication, and application. Education. No matter what it is that you dream of, you must study and learn everything you possibly can about your subject. You must define it, refine it, redefine it until the essence of what you want to achieve is an integral part of your very being. This graduation class has a great start. We have an education from one of the finest schools in the country. But remember, You think these 4 years have been hard? Honey, this is just the beginning. So you've got to learn every day of your life as you approach your goal. You've got to remember that you are not only an artist, you're a citizen. You're a citizen of this planet. And you have responsibilities. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. We must take our citizenship very seriously. And we must learn every day about one another, about our planet, about what it is we want and how we want to live, and then make it happen. You must be an intellectual sponge and be proud of it. But the more you know about life, the finer the artist you will become. Then Daddy said dedication. Once your dream is ensconced in your being and you know what you want to do with your life, you must dedicate your action to achieving it. Now this is easier said than done because there are indeed barriers out there, not of your making perhaps, and often not under your control. And they will discourage you. They will deflect you. Some will attempt to stop you. A personal story comes to mind. As a young girl, I wanted to be a ballerina. I love the theater, but I love the dance. And from, I think, 7 years old, I studied ballet. And I was about 14 or 15 when my ballet master told me that I qualified for at least the cours de ballet of any fine ballet company. I was in every theatrical and musical entertainment at high school. And then one day, a high school counselor thought she was doing me an important favor. She told me, "You have so much talent, but I think it's placed in the wrong direction. You see, honey, don't try to be a ballerina. Give it up. Because there is no chance that there will ever be a black ballerina. It just won't happen." I was young. I respected her. And I believed her. You see, I gave it up. I forgot my father's edict. And although this experience caused me a lot of pain, I was fortunate because I did have other God-given talents. And I had my parents to support me. And that allowed me to pursue other dreams. But what if I hadn't? I may have given up the arts altogether. You see, about a year and a half later, the first black ballerina burst forward on the stage of the Metropolitan Opera. And of course, thinking of there not being a black ballerina today is silly, isn't it? The point here is, once you chart your course, don't let anyone or anything convince you that your kind isn't good enough to do this, or your kind isn't good enough to do that. Because you're too tall, too short, too fat, Too blonde, too brunette, too blue-eyed. They have every excuse to put a barrier in front of you. And if you're not actively on your job to know within your heart that you're qualified, if you're not actively standing against any negativism, you'll lose. But we're talking about winners. And we're talking about your being the captain of your starship. You are qualified, and you must not be denied your quest. So now comes the hard part. Application. With your dream defined and your dedication in place, it's time to apply what you know. In the simplest and most accurate words, this means work. Work, work, and more work. And it means doing what you do, even if you have to do it for free, until you are discovered, quote unquote. And believe me, you will be doing a lot of it for free. You who have chosen the arts must be ready to travel a long, rough road. Be prepared to work another job to support your art. That, I think, is a national travesty. But there it is. Just remember that every free job or performance can and should add to your knowledge of your craft and add to your determination to be recognized. So make it work for you. All too often we will earn a degree, and in my business we finally get good enough to join the Screen Actors Guild. We attain a modicum of success, and then we sit back waiting for the dream to come to us. Well, as my old friend Pearl Bailey used to say, honey, that it just ain't the way the world turns. You gotta get out there and get it for yourself. Besides, the work you do in achieving your dream should be, and is for me, the most satisfying part of the entire process. So apply, apply, apply. In other words, just do it. The recognition will come. It's sometimes surprising to me, perhaps it shouldn't be, that when young people are given positive encouragement from someone they believe in, there's no stopping them. I've had such experience, among them 2 young women who heard me speak and liked my work when they were young girls, and both have generously honored me with their public statements that my work and my words had inspired them to pursue their respective careers. You see, I had told them they could be anything they wanted to be, and they believed me. In all modesty and joy in my heart, one was Dr. Mae Jemison, the first female African-American astronaut in the Space Shuttle program, and the other one is my friend and wonderful Whoopi Goldberg. As you journey through time in quest of your dream, I believe it's critical to have several weapons in your emotional arsenal. One of the most important of these, in my mind, is tolerance. Tolerance is perhaps one of the easiest virtues to define, and yet undoubtedly among the most difficult to practice. Tolerance is the practice of allowing other people to be themselves. Tolerance is not benevolent sanctimony. Tolerance is not polite condescension. Tolerance is not respecting only those who think as you do. Tolerance of views and beliefs and rights of others is an invaluable learning process in itself. Tolerance does not demand you believe what others do. It simply demands you allow diversity to exist peacefully. My mentor, my dear friend, Gene Roddenberry, that great bird of the galaxy, perhaps said it best when he created in Star Trek the term IDIC. Infinite diversity in infinite combinations is what makes the universe beautiful. In other words, Gene believed that tolerance is respecting the diversity in others, not in spite of their differences, but because of their difference. Because it's my difference reflecting back at you that gives you another and more fine dimension of yourself. And so as you pursue your quest, tolerance should be first and foremost, and it should begin with yourself. Believe in yourself and be tolerant with yourself and with your growth and with your success. I'm not talking about self-pity or self-indulgence or arrogance. I mean assurance in and respect for your God-given talents. It means never wasting that gift and never giving up, even though you feel discouraged or frightened or face setbacks. And you will encounter them. I remember when I first started with Star Trek, I felt after the first year that things were not moving as I wanted them to move regarding my character. And I thought the show was going to be canceled and forgotten about anyway, and I wanted to get on with my career. And so I told Gene Roddenberry that I was leaving the show. He begged me not to leave. It happened to be a Friday, and it just so happened that, as fate would have it, that weekend I went to an NAACP fundraiser. And someone said to me, Nichelle, there's an admirer of yours here who would like to meet you. And I turned expecting to see a Trekker. You can imagine how I felt when I looked into the face of Dr. Martin Luther King. This was the Trekker? Yes. He complimented me on my work and said that his entire family never missed Star Trek, how important it was and how important it was for me to be there. I thanked him, and then I advised him that I was leaving the show. He said, "You cannot." I said, "What you talking about, Dr. Martin Luther King?" Dr. King said, "Don't you understand what Gene Roddenberry has done? This is the first completely integrated cast of equal standing. You have the first non-stereotypical role on television. This is not a female role, and it's not a black role, and you have it, and you're qualified. You cannot abdicate. The manner in which you have created your character is a beacon for all young people. For you to be there as an equal is more important to non-black people than even to our own people, because they see us for the first time as we should be." He says, "You've opened a door that should not be closed again. You cannot abdicate." Phew. And I thought all I was doing was having a great opportunity to get a good salary, buy that Jaguar that I wanted, buy my mom a house. I realized, as Dr. King said, there's much more to me than just my career, because I'm a citizen of this planet. And so I went back and I told Gene. He said, God bless Dr. Martin Luther King. And I've never regretted it. So enjoy what you do. Do what you do. Love what you do so much that, yes, you do it for free. But above all, believe in your dreams and be tolerant with yourself and with others and with life. So today we're talking about life, reality, tolerance, faith, and dreams. Well, let me tell you, I've experienced every fear, every doubt, every pain of typecasting and rejection, and you will too. But also, let me tell you, I have enjoyed the thrill of acceptance and its success. My faith in God, or the higher power of this universe, for which I feel that I am an heir. My faith in the goodness and beauty of humanity with which I share my artistry, are as strong today as ever. I've journeyed from a little girl from the south side of Chicago to create the lovely Uhura, whom I consider to be my great-great-great-great-granddaughter. Because see, I created her and we all know she exists, but not for another 300 years. I'm very proud that I was able to recruit the astronauts, the first women, the first African American and Asian astronauts for the Space Shuttle program. I'm very proud of NASA's Distinguished Public Service Award. With Bill Shatner, I participated in the first interracial kiss on television. Now, ain't that a hoot? And yes, in Star Trek, I was the part of the first African American to place handprints and signature in the entrance of the Grauman's Chinese Theater. These are all things I dreamed of as I was a little girl. And yes, in January, I did join that small coterie of luminaries who have their stars placed on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I've resumed my singing career, and with my partner Jim Meehan, composer Jim Meehan, I've begun touring a one-woman show of music and dance and pathos and comedy. It's called Reflections. Yes, I've traveled a long and arduous road from the south side of Chicago, and I treasure every step of the way. Well, almost every step of the way. For sure, I'm very grateful for that vital tenet my father instilled in me. This precious gift I leave with you and pass on to you. If you can dream it, you can do it. In conclusion, let me say, thank you for inviting me to be part of this occasion, your special day. May your journey be smooth. May your faith be strong. May your expectations be high. And may all your dreams be realized. Bon voyage, and live long and prosper.
On behalf of the school, I thank you, Ms. Nichols, for your wonderful, wonderful words. And in recognition of your multifaceted talents and activities, I invite you to join in the school family as an honorary adjunct faculty member of the School of the Arts. and I hope that you will be able to stay in touch with your new family. And to commemorate this occasion, two faculty members in the School of the Arts, Professors Jean Brugenjohn and Cynthia Marsh of the Department of Art, Two-Dimensional Media, they've created an original artwork. It's a limited edition print celebrating the natural wonders of Southern California with a text taken from the words of the artist Beatrice Wood. And on behalf of the school, I present you with this framed print. And now the CSUN Band, under our distinguished Professor Joel Leach, will perform Fly Me to the Moon.
Nicole Duet. Dina Jo Sereno. Kelly King. Holly Height. Russell Wiggins. James McLean. Stuart Orlinski. Amy Kate Connolly. Teresa Gibson. Sandra Mitten.